So today you'll get a rare occurrence. I'm about to show y'all a black woman that attacks. It's very rare. Normally you see a bunch of crazy ass white people or Asians. Today you'll see a black woman now. She might get angry, so let's just not worry. Show some proof that she's still there. Oh, she pieced out. She pieced out. She was right there. She left. I'm going to show the white boy that's been attacking me all day. Yep. We'll just do a quick little circuit. And then I'll tell you a little bit about what's going on. There she is. That was her. She don't want to show her face though. Not at all. Don't want to show your face. Let me see. You want to attack, but don't want to show their face. Look. That's her right there. She might come back. Anyway, so one of the things that's been happening as of late, let me just go up here real quick, see who might be right on top of me. Oh, anybody? Been doing these kind of like attacks from up on top as of late. What's been happening is that they've been doing like secret attacks now because I've been putting people on video. So they're trying to be a little bit more, they're trying to be a little bit less obvious about it, which is interesting to me because it kind of takes a little while for them to kind of be like, yeah, it is kind of obvious what we're doing. Not that it's not like they get the clue, the idea that, it might not be a good idea to randomly attack people or attack me, but you know what? Maybe we'll just try to make it a little bit more secretive. I had court the other day, and I think I talked about that. I had court, and got to the court, and there's a ton of people there, and a lot of them probably have similar issues like misdemeanors. I got a citation for sleeping on the beach by an officer, a police officer that actually is well known to me. He's arrested me several times, and I think he tends to get the call by the people who are doing surveillance on me. Whoever's doing any type of surveillance, they tend to call this particular officer out because I guess he's familiar with the area. And they're using an excuse right now that it's a transient type of thing. It's funny to me that they call me a transient because the issue is that, and he's even offered. He's like, when I've spoken to him, he's like, "Haven't I been nice to you? Haven't I been nice to you? I've offered you all sorts of stuff, like for example, homeless services." Here's the issue, and I've actually recorded it here, as you can see, and they called me a transient, but the issue is that I can go live in the mountains, which is what they've asked me to go and do. Repeatedly, they actually have tried to use mind control in order to get me to go live in the mountains for a long time, away from society, and possibly go starve to death and eat the flowers and stuff like that, eat leaves and, die. That's one of the things that they've been trying to get me to do. But another thing is the homeless services. So if you utilize any of these services, one of the things that you have to realize is that when I interact with these beings, this evil, it's like I'm promoting evil and working with evil. not trying to kill evil. And so evil is literally attacking me on a regular basis. One of the things that happens is if, say, just like if I was in like a setting where it was like a shared room or even apartment complex or something like that, they would do the same thing that they did to me when I had a home. They would enter my premises. They would enter my peace of mind or whatever, and try to attack me or try to force me into some type of situation in which they try to force control over me. When I'm sitting here, I'm getting attacked from people on that side, from up top, from over here, from even security guards, even from maintenance workers that clean the elevators. What do you think would happen if I was in a location in which they knew that I had like a home, even a homeless service, surrounded by other homeless people? They would set something up, obviously, in order to attack me and hurt me. The same thing, it's kind of similar to jail. When I was in jail, I noted there would be almost 100 different attacks, psychic attacks, every day. And that was just the psychic attacks. They like to enter you into your mind, into your brain, into your sleep. Like I regularly have dreams where they're interacting with me on a regular basis. One of the dreams the other night was me dreaming of them interacting in a dream with me where a black woman, had a huge vagina and was trying to coerce me into having sex with her. Believe it or not. No lie. That's the truth. That is the freaking truth. I had a dream where they were one of them was a black woman that had a huge vagina in which they were trying to get me to have sex with her. That's some of the stuff that they do. Anyway, so when I was in court, there was a lot of people who were there, and the judge was like, oh, I'm fair, but I'm honest. She's honest but fair. And by the way, while I was in court, nonstop attacks. I mean, like, in these attacks, they're not like, they're like, imagine something entering into your consciousness. I don't know if it's consciousness, it's probably not consciousness, but say you are capable of seeing things inside of your mind, like your imagination, and seeing nasty, horrible creatures literally trying to, like, banging your head into the ground, and actually making you trying to make you feel like something is banging your head into, like, say, sharp objects, or kicking you, or punching you, yelling at you, screaming at you, yelling profanities, calling you nigger, that sort of thing. That's some of the things that they do on a regular basis. Right now, one of them just said, "Oh, stop," like that. That's another thing that they do if they don't want you talking about it. So, when I was in court, they were just attacking and attacking and attacking, and then you can hear little side things every now and then. Anyway, so that they're like, the judge is fair, but honest. Not really. And so what happened is that I was waiting there for at least a good hour before the judge even came in. And then while the judge was reading the rules, one of the lawyers, I guess he was a prosecutor, he came up to me and said, "James Pender." And I was like, "All right, I'm right here." And he took me out in the hallway and he discussed with me what the options were. And he was like, well, might be a fine, well, he immediately, and this is basically a citation for sleeping on the beach. It's not like I committed like this crime. It's basically, you violated curfew. And he was like, well, this sentence is a misdemeanor, and it carries, oh, there's one of them right there. One of the attackers. This sentence carries 6 months in jail and up to $1,000 fine. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm homeless. I don't have any money to pay for this or anything like that. There's nothing I can do about it. So I don't know what the options are. He was like, oh, okay. Well, that means that we'll fill out a different form. And the different form is basically complete dismissal. of everything. So, could you say that I've got goodness? I am goodness on my side, complete and total goodness, because I didn't do anything wrong. And someone was trying to enact some type of laws, some rules on me that are unjustified. And it was a good way to show me that all these other people, these slaves, live a life, or not a life, live in this place with complete injustice. So what would happen, say if I was able to afford it, they would possibly give me jail time and a fine, where I would have to pay, and if I couldn't pay, I'd go on a payment plan. And if here's one of the things that they said when what would happen, if say you got the fine, say you got into a payment plan, because the fine might be, say, $25 or $150, plus a $35 transaction fee, plus other court fees, which could be like $250, something like that. And you go on a payment plan, say you pay once a month $30. You miss one payment, they immediately issue a warrant for your arrest. So no matter where you are, you could be anywhere in the state, and you miss a payment, they would immediately issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you realize how much stress that would be for someone like me who does not work? And that's the type of situation they were trying to get me into. That's the type of people that they are. That's the type of beings that they are. The type of evil that they are. Anyway, so the lawyer, immediately, and because of the goodness, of my goodness, and my power, and everything else, because of who I am, the form was filled out for a complete dismissal. And by the way, when I got back into the courtroom, the judge was explaining the rules to everybody. That particular form, that particular thing of complete dismissal, was not something that they spoke about ever. They only talked about, you know, paying the fees and jail time, and they basically said there's only one or two options. There's only two different options, and most people want the third option, and no one gets the third option. I got the third option, and this has been a regular occurrence. Anyway, so what happened this morning, or what's been happening now, since they haven't been able to put me through a lot of pain, and you know, we're in the library or wherever I'm at. Now they've been doing this thing where they are trying to put me to sleep, where I get extremely tired and about to fall asleep on a regular basis. Like I could be sitting here relaxing, and then literally I'll feel like something is trying to put me to sleep, and I almost fall asleep. This has been going on a regular basis. I don't know what they could be doing that would cause that, but I noticed that the attacks have gone into a different type of mode, gone into this whole like trying to get me to fall asleep mode. Maybe it's something where they can try and manipulate me in some type of other place, which I noticed that they've been doing, trying to get me to have sex with them, which is very strange. Usually I get pulled right out when that happens by myself, because I will not be engaging in that type of activity with them. It's very bad. Just think about something trying to kill you and you want to have sex with it? No way. And like in its maliciousness on a level that is not probably going to be not truly understood. It's complete and total evil. Anyway, so the black lady left. She didn't want to come back. I came to record her, and I guess she got the hint. Anyway, so that's what happened as of late. Peace out.